Alright, so for a while now, Nintendo has been teasing a console called nicknamed the NX. But then they just sort of stopped talking about it, but I'm not going to get into all the rumors and stuff. But I'm just going to say that it has been revealed that they are going to announce it this month, which is really crazy. Tons of people are getting super hyped, and along with that, a lot of people are saying what kind of games they hope are announced. Like, which games should be launch titles, all that. But the thing is, everybody's saying the same thing, and it's really boring. OMG, we need Metroid, we need Pokemon, we need Legend of Zelda. Well, no duh they need those, but how about something original? So that's what this is. Now, let's jump right into this after a quick disclaimer that this is obviously my personal opinion because this is a YouTube top 10. And when are those ever not personal opinion? Now, let's get started. Since these are the games I want and the games that I think would be good, I also want Nintendo to be successful with this. So this is why Chibirobo is only number 10. I love the series, but it just doesn't sell well. And though that's not going to factor into most of these, it's just such a huge thing with Chibi-Robo. You see, the first games were really good. For example, you could free roam all over the place. It was great. You were a tiny robot, and you, went around the house talking to toys, doing chores, except it was actually fun. Don't know how they did that. But it was really cool. And then they randomly turned it into a platformer because it wasn't being successful. And honestly, I really like it. It's still a solid platformer, and honestly, I would be very delighted if either versions of Chibi-Robo were on the NX. Alright, now it's time for my number 9, which is Harvest Moon. I really used to love the Harvest Moon series, and I think it's still nice. It's still solid. Play every once in a while, playing my old ones. And I just gotta say, it's good. It's not one everyone's talking about, and it's definitely one that's going to be on it. I'm pretty sure it was confirmed. I haven't done too much research because I sort of wanted to go into this sort of unjaded, if you know what I'm saying. Like, without being like, oh yes, this is not going to happen. More like, the most optimistic I can be. So, yeah, I didn't do too much research, but I skimmed over an article and it, I guess, implied that it was pretty much confirmed for the NX. But yeah, I just found a much better kind of Harvest Moon, and it's actually on this list. So to the Harvest Moon series, I just have to say, I'm going to quote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So long and thanks for all of the fish. My number 8 is RunBo, which was a very Nintendo-supported indie game that was on the Wii U and 3DS. And it's kind of a platformer, but it's also kind of like the closest thing you can get to an indie Super Smash Bros. Because they have I can't remember if they have Shovel Knight, but I know they had Shantae, they used from Guacamelee, just a ton of characters from 3DS. No, not 3DS exclusive, but 3DS indie games. And I think that's really cool. And I hope they do make something for the NX, though maybe wait some time for it to get its own indie community. I actually really like this game. I mostly do avoid indie games now, which I am kind of ashamed of, but I'm trying to get back into them, and I think this one is a good one. Number 8 is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I'm actually going to, at some point on this channel, make a review of sort of the entire Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series up to Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. I just haven't gotten to it yet because I haven't played the originals. I've been trying. Well, actually, I've just been forgetting to. But anyways, I'm going to stop getting distracted. But they're some pretty solid games, and it'd be great if they're on the NX. Though they do, usually, I've noticed, signal the decline of a generation of Pokemon. Like, it's getting closer to the end of the generation. So we're probably not going to see one for a while. So, of course, my number 6 is Hyrule Warriors, an amazing crossover between Legend of Zelda and Dynasty Warriors. Though I haven't actually played Dynasty Warriors. But, I mean, if it's what Hyrule Warriors was kind of based on, then it's probably good. But anyways, it was a great and fairly successful title to my knowledge, and I think it'd be great on the NX. I mean, I gotta say, I'm a sucker for, like, crossover kind of titles, and that's pretty much like a gigantic Legend of Zelda crossover. But yeah, I think it'd go very well with the NX, honestly. Alright, we're halfway there. So, my number 5 is Kid Icarus. Now, Kid Icarus Uprising was a really good game, gotta say. And Dark Pit is my main in Super Smash Bros. Please don't kill me, but he's better than Pit. I know most people consider him a clone character. Wait, I'm distracted. Anyways, it's just a very good game, directed by the same guy who makes Super Smash Bros. So that's nice. And honestly, that's it. Like, what else is there to say? It's a good game. It's a classic game. What more is there to expand upon? It'd probably get more people to buy the console. Not as much as Legend of Zelda, but it's good. Remember how I mentioned there was going to be a better Harvest Moon kind of thing further up in the list? Well, number 4 is it. Rune Factory, originally subtitled A Fantasy Harvest Moon. Just imagine Harvest Moon, except absolutely every single possible aspect is improved. Like, so many more things you can actually level up, like on your character. There's much more realistic dialogue because it changes daily rather than by the time. And then so many much more interesting characters. There's actually a battling system. There's more than like 4 types of animals because every single monster can be befriended. So the studio that made this disbanded, but Rune Factory 5 is still on the way, and I do hope it makes its way to the NX. You see, my family has always loved Animal Crossing. We'd always play together when City Folk was out, and I really loved that experience, and I think that's very Animal Crossing. And that is really why I put this above Rune Factory. I love Rune Factory much more. This is a more family experience. This needs to be on a console. And this, of course, I guess the NX is supposed to be console hybrid or whatever, but let's not get into that. Like I said, this is about games today. But pretty much, it's just one of the most important IPs of Nintendo, like one of the ones that got into Super Smash Bros. It's nice, it's peaceful, and we didn't get one for the Wii U, so it's like, what? We don't get one that we can play with the fam? Mate, we need it on the NX. Number 2, Falcon Punches In. That's right, FZero. So I played FZero on the original, no, sorry, not on the original. I played a demo of it on Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and it was a really solid racing game. Like, it could definitely rival Mario Kart. It's a good game, but that's not the main reason. It's because we need another F-Zero game. Like, what? How long has it been? F-Zero is just one of those series that's iconic enough to be in Super Smash Bros., but it's like, not new games. Metroid! But, I mean, come on. It's not like Ice Climbers where, oh, no new Ice Climbers game? Why would you need one? But, like, F-Zero could still be done as a good game, done modernly. So that's why it's my number 2. No time for my number 1. Just kidding. This is my honorable mention. But it is a Tingle game. So there were some Japan-exclusive Tingle games. One was like a dating sim. And, of course, it's like a Legend of Zelda spin-off with the character Tingle who handed out maps. And it has some very great lessons. Like, you know, any 40-year-old man can become a Tingle as long as he wants to be a fairy. And I think that is something that everybody needs to learn. Alright, and my number one is Tomodachi Life. No, I do not consider Miitomo a proper sequel. I want a legitimate Tomodachi Life 2 on the NX. Why? Because there's so much expansion that can be done on the console. Better graphics, tons more expansion on types of relationships and different types of settings. And just look at this game. So, in case you didn't know, Tomodachi Life was a game where you could have up to 100 Miis. They would all live together on an island, and they would all do all sorts of crazy shenanigans. Get in fights, rap wars, like, sell you stuff. They would date, and that is a huge, important thing. Like, OMG, Tomodachi Life shipping is life. And there isn't even a second game to improve upon this aspect. Like what? Like what? We need more of this, and the NX is perfect for that. And that's pretty much it. This top 10 is almost over. I heard this great NX rumor that every person who likes and subscribes to my channel from this video will automatically get a free NX, and also they'll release it 24 years earlier, and the information, and yeah, this is actually a false rumor. Please don't sue. I did nothing. I did not claim to be a business person for Nintendo. What? Anyways, yeah, like and subscribe. I'm sorry I didn't post last week, but I should have one next week. It's just a project's taking longer than expected because I'm procrastinating watching Dexter's Lab. Anyways, bye! Why isn't it stopping? Guess we're just gonna be here with each other for a second. How are you doing? How are you doing? How